because government policy on digital in government is an incredibly ambitious one, because government has looked around at the digital world, digital enterprises in Silicon Valley, financial institutions in the city, whatsoever, and has basically said, we want some of that. And when I mean a digital organisation, we're not just talking here about sensible use of technology or putting a few things online, so some people can fill forms in online. It is the whole thing. Digital is a different operating model for an organisation. It's setting up a business which is driven by data. It's setting up a hell of a lot of automation so that whenever you can, you take the human out of the loop. Automatic business rules, the whole thing. You're also setting up hugely agile organisations. I don't mean agile in the sense of that's how we develop software. I mean that the instant something changes, policy changes, the law changes, or some ministerial political preference changes, then you can adjust what you're doing pretty quickly. And that's what a digital enterprise is, and that is what government wants to do. And 5 years ago, it identified 530 public services, which it felt it could do that full-on digital thing for all of those services. And one of the things really pressing and spurring government on is that if it didn't, those services would just get increasingly out of date as far as the electorate was concerned, and would just become more and more and more costly to deliver. So ultimately, some of them would have to be closed down. So it is in part a response to austerity, but a big part of it is to do with citizen expectation. And also, when you come to all sorts of workforce issues, assuming that the civil service does want to continue to recruit young people who want to work in a particular way, that those options are open. So, digital, whenever you hear that talked about within government, and particularly in terms of the ambition for digital, it's not a technology thing. It is a totally different way of running an organisation.